My name is Mal, I'm 30, and I have a Mirena IUD. I work as a paramedic. I work at University of Colorado Hospital in the emergency room. I've been a paramedic for 10 years now. In my free time, I like to watch documentaries. I'm a pretty big activist here in the Denver metro area for transgender inclusivity. Yeah, I've never really used any birth control method prior to getting the Mirena in 2013. I've historically been in relationships with cisgender women, so pregnancy has never been a worry as far as that goes. Prior to, in my last relationship, it was anything that we used when we had sex. We used protection if it was condoms, dental dams, that kind of thing. I originally found the Mirena basically through talking with friends and stuff like that. At first, being genderqueer and kind of presenting masculinely, I had a hard time getting the courage up enough to go to a health center and say like, hey, I'd really like to learn more about the IUD, because going into doctor's offices it's not been the most comfortable thing for me with how I am perceived by healthcare staff. So it took me about 1.5 years, and finally, with the help of my ex-partner, got the courage up enough to go into a clinic and asked to get an IUD. Getting an IUD, for me, it was painful maybe for about 10 seconds, but then I think I was more proud of myself with the stories that I had heard from other people as far as pain goes. But it was a very simple, quick process. I'd say it took probably about 10 minutes for the whole kind of start to finish. What I like about the IUD is that I no longer get periods with the help of testosterone. I like that it's good for 5 years, so I don't really have to go through the process of getting one taken out and put back in like every year or 3 months or what have you. The only thing I didn't like about the IUD when I had it first placed was about the first 3 months there was some cramping, and just getting used to that and dealing with that was really worth it, but that was probably the only thing that I didn't like about it. I think when I first wanted to get the IUD, it was because I was having heavy periods, and although it bothered me at work and made that pretty inconvenient as far as my gender identity goes, I didn't feel like I was supposed to have a period in the first place. So it was kind of a double whammy to have really heavy ones and feel like I never should have had one to begin with. So the Mirena really helped in my self-confidence enough to be like, this is who I am, I'm feeling this way, and coming out to my partner at the time and then my friends and being very supported. Originally, when I started my transition, I didn't feel like I could continue having the Mirena because of the hormones that are involved with the Mirena. I really had to step up and talk to my physician about that. And what I found out was it actually helps your vaginal health with every part of your reproductive system to have an IUD when you are on testosterone. The main advice that I'd like to share, specifically with trans men, is don't fall into gender roles as far as, if you do sleep with cisgender men or, really anyone, and pregnancy is a concern for you, don't be scared to talk to your doc about possibly getting an IUD placed. Take care of your vaginal health as much as you can, because there are a lot of side effects from other hormones that we take or that we're interested in. And I think that your body is your temple, and there's nothing wrong with having a conversation with your physician about the possibility of staying safe and staying healthy.